Talkin Money.
And we're back to Talkin Money. And here's Jeff Tarbell.
Good morning, everyone. This is not Jeff Tarbell. This is Colin Grail, Monica Reyes with Westlake Grail and Glover and Swiss Avenue Partners in Granite Bay, California, filling in for a vacationing Jeff Tarbell. He's on his way back. Probably sad to be on the last day of vacation, but I know he's always looking forward to getting back and returning all those emails and voicemails and texts that you sent him over the last week. So if you have questions today, please give us a call at 339-1140. We'd love to talk live with you online at 800-920-1140 or text 444-1140. On the line with us today, we have Sandy Burton, president and founder of Swiss Avenue Partners, headquartered in Austin, Texas. We are talking about opportunities and strategies that small business owners should consider to help grow their business or to help improve their business. And right before the break, we asked a quiz question, which is, where is Swiss Avenue? Where is Swiss Avenue? It's in a major U.S. city. We did not get an answer to that, Sandy, but for the listeners, do you mind giving us a little history on that?
Sure. So, well, as you know, I am from Texas. So Swiss Avenue, not surprisingly, is a Texas city, but it's in Dallas. It's a historic residential street in Dallas. It's actually not far from the SMU campus, for those who know the layout of Dallas much. But, it's these old homes. They are absolutely stunning. If anybody ever gets a chance to go to Dallas, to just take a little drive in your rental car down there, because these homes are all different styles of architecture, but they're all from the early 20th century. And I don't know, for me, it was a connection to Texas when we started the company in California. And it also really sort of meant longevity, foundation, premier. So it just had a lot of personal meaning. And at the same time, it was going to be a very nondescript way to name the company that wasn't going to pigeonhole us into a specific format of what our company was going to be about. What I talked about earlier about being flexible, that was one of the reasons why we named our company Swiss Avenue Partners, is that we wanted it to be something that would allow us to shift and change and morph our business as time went on. So anyway, so Swiss Avenue is a residential street in Dallas, Texas.
All right. Well, thank you, Sandy.
Absolutely.
All right. So, again, Monica came up with another question for us. And before she launches into that, for the listening audience, or if we have any listening alumni, please give us a call, and we'd love to have you on the air. Give us a call at 339-1140 or 800-920-1140. And Monica, you had something you wanted to ask.
I did. So, Sandy, you mentioned both the Swiss Avenue Partners program, also Think Big. So maybe for the listeners, can you think of a success story to share with us of a business owner that you helped achieve their business goals versus them just having a good intention, a dream that didn't really work out? How do you get them to really realizing it as a goal? Maybe share something like that with us if you could.
Sure. I would love to tell you all of the stories. One of the most recent ones that I got to see some folks just last week, actually, in Sacramento. And this is a husband and wife business. They graduated the Think Big program I think they graduated about 2 years ago. When they came to the program, and this is an issue that I've seen businesses have that are in early stage growth. Not all of them. They were actually, I think some people would love to have this problem, but their problem was they were getting so much business they were having to say no all the time. They didn't know how to have capacity to be able to say yes to everybody that wanted to hire them. In coming through the program, we helped them to see how they could duplicate themselves and do it in a way without losing quality of service. And it's been a lot of fun I got to see their growth and success throughout the program and leading up to graduation. But now that it's been a couple of years and I got to reconnect with them last week, they now have 17 staff. They are doing projects all over the country. Like, it is really, it's beyond what they imagined. And to hear them talk specifically about some of the tools that they're still using, still, putting in place, and just so thankful for being able to, one of the biggest things we were able to do for them is to give them a format to help them run very effective meetings. So that's with not just their internal meetings with staff and that sort of thing, but this is with going out and having prospective sales meetings with prospects, and even sitting down and having meetings and update meetings with current clients. It has saved them, I would say, triple time, where they might have spent 3 hours going through all the information. Now they can get it all done in an hour. And it has just been not only something that's made their business a lot more efficient, but they are incredibly more effective, and they then get to manage those relationships more effectively as well. So it's been huge. We've also had some folks going through the program that have generated a lot more revenue to their company that they didn't have before. We have a graduate. There's a company called Cyberterry, and they offer virtual assistants for small businesses. They actually were having a great business. They were on a great clip of growth, but they really wanted to leverage themselves. In fact, using their language, they talked about what I spoke about earlier, is about having smart growth, not just growth. But they actually used our channel development tool to solidify really strong referral relationships that were just going to bring in an influx of ideal clients to them that would satisfy even the seasons of either economy or just the seasons of the year. And they actually wanted to achieve, during the 8 months of the program, they wanted to achieve 200% top-line growth. Everybody else in the class just gasped because that was way beyond what they thought that they could do or achieve. And so I said, man, let's go for it. That'll be fun. What they ended up doing, they actually did everything they needed to do, which was a part of the solution. But what they ended up doing was they actually had 250% growth. So they overshot their mark, but they were very happy about it. But to be able to help a business to actually increase their top line that way, as while they're keeping some level of profitability, and most businesses at that stage are wanting to reinvest into their business at that time. But it's just helping them really get conscious about the activities they're doing day in and day out, and how that's going to help them achieve their goals.
Mm-hmm. Wow, 250. I would have said 200% is a dream. They made 250 a goal. I think that is the main difference. And it sounds like you gave them clarity, focus. Yeah. So that's incredible. Thank you, Sandy, for sharing both of those stories. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
So, Sandy, I think, one of the things in the marketplace is there's lots of people that give advice and write books and give the 7 steps to do this and that and the other thing. But what's the difference between what Swiss Avenue Partners actually can do for their businesses versus going to a meeting that gets you all pumped up, and then you go back to your office and business as usual, and those changes never really happen? So what makes Swiss Avenue Partners and Think Big different from that allows the businesses to actually work through the change?
Well, I tell you, what I mentioned to you earlier, that our focus is on training. So teaching businesses how to fish is the concept. And for us, look, we've got some really cool methodologies, some really cool concepts. There's a lot of great information out there. There's a ton of great books and seminars and workshops and all kinds of phenomenal information and data to help business owners to, navigate those waters. Our focus, however, is on the implementation of those tools and methodologies, on the integration of those concepts. The concepts can give somebody inspiration, showing somebody just a different way of looking at the same problem. It can be inspiring, but as you said, you get back to the office and now all of a sudden, there's an upset client or the internet went down. I mean, there's real life activities that really take you out of the excitement of where that inspiration could lead you. And so our focus, our number one key focus, is helping those businesses to integrate those concepts, integrate those initiatives into the business, and really having follow through. One of the reasons that we're so keen on including managers and staff in the process is that those folks typically have a lot of great ideas, and they are the feet on the ground. They are the ones who can really make stuff happen. And putting them in a position that they also get inspired and putting them in a position that they feel motivated to have an impact in the growth of the company and helping them to understand how that's going to play out, it really makes a huge difference in the speed of change that can happen within the company and the outcomes and successes that we're able to achieve. So really, the focus is on the integration and the implementation. I tell everybody in all of our programs and all of our client sessions, if you're not doing anything with this information, it's worth nothing. It's just worth nothing if you're not doing anything with it. We can go and create some tools. We can go customize some stuff. But if you're not going to do anything with it, it's not worth anything. So our focus and attention is absolutely on helping businesses to put the things in place and to follow through. That is really the number one secret. Follow through.
So Sandy, if people are interested in this, and whether it's the workshop we have coming up, et cetera, tell people how they would get in touch with you and actually register for the program or follow up and ask questions.
So the Think Big program, the workshop we were talking about, which is in 2 weeks, it's Thursday the 5th in Granite Bay. It's in the afternoon. You can register for that at thinkbigprogram.com. We are actually about to start embarking on our sixth location, Atlanta, Georgia. There's going to be some workshops going in place there as well. So you'll see basically all of the workshops and events that we do through the Think Big program are registerable there. And then SwissAvenuePartners.com, you can find out a lot more information about how we're able to help mid-tier businesses get ready for sale. As we like to say, we dress up piggy for market, and we have a whole series of activities we can do with them in training those businesses and getting them more profitable and more sellable and more attractive to a buyer.
All right, Sandy. Well, thank you very much. And again, you can reach Sandy at SwissAvenuePartners.com or ThinkBigProgram.com, 781-2757. With that, thanks everybody for tuning in on a Saturday morning, afternoon in Texas. I'm Colin Grail, been joined here by Monica Reyes. We can be reached at 677-1640 or 781-2757. Next week, Jeff Tarbell will be back, full of stories. And, again, I just want to thank Jeff for having us on the program. As you know, Jeff, he is one of the most productive and can-do people that we know in this business, and we appreciate him as a partner. And again, he'll be in next Saturday. Tune in. You can give him a cell phone call if you'd like to reach him. With that, we're going to sign off. As Jeff would say, aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.